Well, it's actually ended up a little bit more comfortable than we thought. We've got 3 games left of the season. A point from the next one. We're safe. Hello guys, David here and welcome back to episode number 30 of Hometown Heroes. A bit of a mini milestone, isn't it? We are coming towards the end of this year's Vanarama National season and we are 1 game away from safety this season. I mean, realistically, we're pretty clear of safety, but we are near to confirming it, and a point, as far as I understand, if my maths doesn't terribly fail me, a point against Boreham Wood in the first fixture of today's episode should seal us safety and National League football next year. And how we've managed that is, quite frankly, a feat in itself. I don't know how we've managed it. We've been pasting people left, right and centre recently. And yeah, it's looking pretty good. In the last episode, it was a drab affair, let's be frank. Let's not beat around the bush. It was a loss against Guiseley, who have officially been relegated, which makes that a little bit less, or a little bit more disappointing, of course, with that last minute goal that we conceded to lose 2-1. And then we had the 1-1 draw against Barnet, where we very much proved our mettle in being the team that cannot stop conceding as soon as we score. Yeah, it wasn't great. We then went unbeaten, or that was the start of our 4-game unbeaten run, draw against Stockport. Again, a very disappointing draw because we were winning at a few points there. We went 2-1 up, 3-2 up, and drew 3-all. But they're a decent side, so I can kind of get away from that. A nice, tidy win against Barrow, courtesy of 2 late goals. One from Andy Janieva and a penalty from Tommy Wright, which was nice. And again, another disappointing draw against Cheltenham. We were 3-2 up in that one, but we were 2-0 down. So again, I'll take the rough for the smooth to an extent. Back-to-back defeats, which worried me a lot. Defeat against Solihull Moor, but they're right near the top of the table. So again, the fact we managed to limit them to 1 goal was quite good. Really disappointing defeat where we just didn't turn up at away to Dagenham and Redbridge. And then, as you can see here, a very important win against Dover, who were currently, I think the 19th when we played them, when we were 14th or 15th, something like that. I can't remember. Win against Hartlepool and another 4-1 win against Bromley as well. And it just was very, very nice indeed to see a lot of goals. And you can see in this one, Tommy Conway scored all 4 goals, which is ridiculous. First time I've seen in this year's FM a 10 out of 10 rating, which is quite cool. In terms of what else has been happening, there's been quite a few changes. I will see if I can find it. It may have disappeared by now. In fact, we are still in... Yeah, there we go. I was going to say, we're still in April, so it should still be here. This is the youth intake for this year. As you can see, a lot of potential. Now we're starting to see some of the players come in. John Jenkins, as an example, they're all with the club, as you can see. They're all now officially with the club, but they were... John Jenkins was a 1-star ability player with 4-star potential. He's now gone down to 2.5 grey stars, which is kind of like the lower level. So nothing too amazing at the moment, to be honest. We've actually got a Norwegian in there. I did not notice that in the first instance. But again, I can't stress it enough. If you want to pick any of these players or any of the other players that we have who are new gens coming into the club, please hit the Just Giving link in the description below. Donate at least £5 to the Brilliant Stars Appeal charity and email me pressingforwardfm@gmail.com and we will get you a player in the game. That's the plan. It's brilliant. You cannot lose. Anyway, we'll move away from that because that's all done. I think there's only 1 player who's coming in, and this guy looks an absolute beast. He's coming in from Tottenham at the end of the season. He's a target man. He is enormous. He's 6'8". He's got 14 heading. He's decent finisher. His jumping reach is 17. It's going to be absolutely ludicrous. And that is definitely going to revolutionise the way we play. I think he is going to be playing alongside an advanced forward. That will be the plan, or a pressing forward. I haven't quite decided yet. I think it will probably depend on who we play alongside him, to be completely honest. But balls are going to be whipped onto his head, left, right and centre. I can't wait for him to come in. 6'8", 14 heading, 17 jumping reach is stupid. I've never seen something that good at this level, and I'm really excited to get him into it as well. Good off the ball as well, which I've just noticed, and anticipation, bravery, etc, etc. Good stuff. He's the only guy coming in. There's been no changes since you last joined us. In fact, yes, there has. Marios Martidis has come in. He's just gone straight into the under 23s. A nice bit of potential on this left back. Decent dribbler of the ball. Crossing looks like it could improve. Nice and quick though, which is good. It is suggesting his best position is a winger. I think he's probably better suited to be a wing back at the back. But again, like I say, he can play all at the left. Apparently, he can play up top, right back, and centre mid as well, to an extent, which is quite useful to have. That was pretty much, to be honest, it wasn't intentional, but it's covered off the fact that Kieran Price has gone on loan to Concord. I'm not particularly pleased with this one, to be honest. He wants to leave the club, I get that, but I do want to keep him because he's been playing well for us in the last couple of games, obviously before he went out on loan. So I'm hoping he's going to come back, he's not going to get any interest in him, and he's just going to try and stay on and do a job for us, because Bailey Icethorpe is just meh, not great. He's not going to, I don't think he'll be coming back next year unless it's absolutely necessary to do so. So yeah, a couple of changes in that regard. Financially speaking, it's looking okay at the moment. We are very aware that we've got a much reduced wage budget next season, which is a little bit of a concern, but of course we are still paying back the money on the stadium as well, as far as I know. I think, can I get that from debts and loans? Yeah, here's the debt loan. Yeah, you can see we're going to be paying that for the next 9 years, which is a while away, unless we get any big money come through, in which case they might actually pay it off, but who knows. Anyway, that's enough of an update on the club. Let's get into this game and let's try and secure our safety for next season. The team, or the 11 I'm going to be putting out for this one, is Lee Morton in goal as per normal. Rhys Davies, Littlewood, Sutcliffe and Helliwell is the back four. I really need to get some of these guys shipped on. Sutcliffe I'm going to try and bring in again next season and actually bring him on a permanent deal because he's been star man again. You can see 6.94 rating. A 7 is good minimum of an average rating, and the fact that he's a 6.92 is still very good in itself, especially as a centre-back when we're conceding as many goals as we are. Diaz, Purrington, James and Wiltshire in the midfield. We've given Dylan Thistleton a couple of weeks off because he's shattered, bless him. And Tommy Conway and Tommy Adeloy up top. It's the Tommy-Tommy partnership this afternoon. Was it this evening? I can't remember. Anyway, let's get into the game at Boreham Wood. So we're away from home in this one. I'm just really looking forward to doing the last few games of this season so we get into our new stadium. I'm thinking I'll continue to obviously do as many games until safety is confirmed, but I'm thinking I might just do the last 3 games. I might do the last one as well. It will entirely depend on how long it's taken to record these first few. If they're really boring games, then I'll continue on. If we get a bit more, then we'll finish there. But you'll know what the kind of the end of the season is going to look like at that point. Good early chance there, but you can see, look, it's still crazy. Like we've started to become in a bit of a pocket, I suppose, where we could, in theory, finish 11th this season, probably the highest we could finish, which is ridiculous considering we spent a lot of the year teetering on the edge of that relegation zone. But yeah, I mean, we were always expected. Oh my word, that's a stupid goal. How has that made its way in? Kyron Wiltshire. He has been ridiculously good recently, by the way, boys and girls. Just to let you know, he has been quite the player. I've been playing him because I have to, but he's been really good. I don't know what's been going on with him. Look at how's he scored that? That is shocking from the goalkeeper. I mean, he's put it through a lot of bodies, but that's really disappointing. But yeah, going back to it, obviously we were only expected to bravely fight against relegation. It's not 2-0 because Conway was offside. That was all we were expected to do, was fight bravely against relegation. So the board are thrilled that we're not anywhere near relegation at this stage. But I still feel like it's a bit of a disappointment of a season, considering how close we were to the playoffs last year. In fact, we missed out on goal difference, and now we're battling away down this sort of area of the table. It's not ideal, but we'll make do and we'll move on. We'll hopefully build for next season. Like I say, get a couple more faces in. We've got Aaron Owen coming in, which will be a really good addition to the squad. Hopefully give us another bit more of aerial capability up top as well. Save us from having to put everything along the floor. And yeah, just try and give us a couple of extra options, because goal scoring's been difficult. We've only scored, I think we've scored about 60 goals now, so we have improved in the last few games, but it's taken a while, to be completely honest, to really get ourselves going. But we seem to be doing it now, and Conway's in goal here. Can he charge? He nearly, it was a good save by the keeper actually. I'm rambling and I'm not actually getting to any of the points that I've not got points I'm talking about, but you know what I mean. I'm not paying enough attention to the game. I'm just worrying about giving you guys a bit of an update on things at the moment. Diaz whips in a ball. Sutcliffe's there, near post. Come on. looks like we are safely confirmed for another season, barring a miraculous collapse. We have had a few of them on the cusp over the last couple of weeks of gameplay, I've got to be honest, because when we get back to one goal, I expect the team to panic. But that is a lovely goal, and that is trademark Ethan Sutcliffe this year. I don't know how many times I've counted he's scored that kind of goal, and you love to see it. Just steps in at the near post, and look at this. We've even managed to nearly negate our negative goal difference, which is a massive, massive thing. We'll make a couple of changes now. Let's bring some fresh legs on. I don't really know what to bring on, to be honest. We'll bring Helliwell off. We are suffering from some tiredness at the moment. We'll bring Miles Hemming on instead of Diaz, who's had a wonderful game by the looks of it. Did obviously score, assisted that first goal, second goal, sorry. And yeah, it's turned around, and I don't know how we've managed it because I've not done anything different apart from I think I've changed one thing in terms of the tactic, which was I talked about it in the last episode. I was talking about how we were bringing people onto us. We were inviting too much pressure. I've shifted that forward a little bit, so we're engaging higher, and it seems to have worked. We're still conceding a couple of goals, but we're not conceding anywhere near the amount we were before, which is awesome. Miles Hemmings is injured, which is less than useful. Anyway, I think, are we confirmed? I don't think we are yet. We're going to have to wait. So we'll come back for the next one, which will be against Aldershot in a couple of days. There you go then, guys. If I literally just waited 2 seconds and clicked the continue button, we would have seen that we have secured survival for this year. Like I say, we'll still move on. We'll still do the Aldershot game and maybe another one against Havant and Waterlooville as well, but I doubt we'll see the Cheltenham game today. But yeah, just thought I'd give you the brilliant news. We survived for another season. Next year, we're going to go up, I think. Alrighty then, folks, it's time for the Aldershot game. Away from home again, as you may have seen. And one thing I need to bring you up to speed with before we get into this. Lee Morton has finally been renamed. He's been renamed as a familiar person, actually. And the reason being is because I'm very conscious that Callum Rollins was the first player to actually have... he was the first player in the game to be picked up on. Picked up a goalkeeper because he's a goalkeeper in real life. He plays for the Salisbury youth team in real life at the moment, which is quite frankly brilliant, and it's great to kind of broach that topic between virtual and real life. And I was really conscious of the fact that he wasn't getting anywhere near enough focus in the save. Being a goalkeeper, it's difficult, more difficult than any other position. So I reached out to Andy, who was the one who actually made the donation on behalf of Callum. And I said to him, look, do you want to get this sorted? And he mentioned he was like, I've seen it as well. It's a little bit of a shame. So I thought, you know what, look, we've got to sort this. So as a result, Lee Morton is now Callum Rollins. I'm hoping it doesn't impact the way he's been performing because he's not been too bad for us this season. So yeah, welcome back to Callum. He's now back into the squad in full view. Nathan Martin, who is the player he took over in the first place, he has now gone back to being himself. I will extend this to any of the other people who've taken this on as well. If there is someone who you see and you want to have a look at it and you want to try and maybe sort something out on that basis, I'm more than happy to sort that out for you. Like I say, I want to get you guys as involved in this as possible. And if it means giving the right people the right kind of exposure in that side of things, then I'm more than happy to do it. I want to see as many of you guys in this team as possible. So again, I'll extend it out to you guys. I'll remind you again, link in the description below for the Just Giving page. Minimum of £5 donation to this fantastic Stars Appeal charity. And let me know and we'll get that sorted. It does not have to be a Salisbury regen itself. New gen, sorry. Key terminology right. It can be any one of those that has one of those weird computer generated faces. I'll find another example so I can show you what I mean. It's not this guy, that's just a weird face anyway. No disrespect intended. Where's the one I was looking for? Here he is, Miles Hemmings. Anyone who looks like this, if you see them and you fancy one of them in that way or not that way, it's up to you. Let me know and I will sort it out for you. The only prerequisite it has to have is they have to play for Salisbury at the time. I can't go and give you the world's best Brazilian wonder kid and then have that because he may never play for the club. There's no benefit to it. So anything like that, if you see him in the club and you want to take him over, drop in the link, donate, let me know and we'll get it sorted. But anyway, let's get into the football, shall we? We're comfortably avoiding relegation now, which is lovely to see. And this is going to be the team that we're going to put out. In fact, no, it's not. I'm going to make a couple of changes just to give some of the other people a chance to show their mettle. One of them is, of course, other name in the game player. One of the other name in the game players, Dom Savage. I'll try and if I remember to put in someone else as well if I can. Anyway, the team we're going to be putting out for this game is going to be Rollins in goal. Of course, he's now our number one, which is fantastic. I thought Bradley Green, Littlewood and Helliwell the back four. Davies, Chambers, Dom Savage and Kyron Wiltshire on the right-hand side of the midfield four. And then it's a Tommy up top combination, just with a different Tommy this time. Tommy Wright replaces Tommy Conway up top today. Let's get into the game. Let's hope for a good result. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could get another win under our belts, wouldn't it? I think that'd be 5 in a row if we won this one. But Aldershot are a good team. I think they're third at the moment in the league. It's something like that. So yeah, I can't say I'm particularly confident. Yeah, Aldershot third in the league. And already within the first 4 minutes, they've got a chance. It's gone over the bar, fortunately. Nothing to worry about just yet, although that did concern me a little bit. Kyron Wiltshire with a chance of the free kick. Oh, that was a good effort, Kyron there. Good lad. Lovely little knock there. Davies is going to whip the ball in. Littlewood's at the near post. Doesn't quite manage to get on the end of it. Sutcliffe probably would have done, wouldn't he? Savage, interesting pass. Not what I would have expected from him, but fine. I'm still really confused about the fact that we've got a game against Cheltenham in a couple of games' time that's technically in the next month. So we've got a 4-week gap. I don't know if you remember from the next game and our last game, which is really weird, but can't do anything about it. So it's gonna be a little bit strange. Lovely save from Rollins to keep out the free kick there. Showing some good quality so far, which is what you like to see. Littlewood gets it clear. Tommy Adloy is going to pick it up. Is the highlight going to continue? It looks like it will. Oh, it's going to go out for I mean, I don't get why you do that. I'm not entirely sure why that constitutes the remainder of the highlight, but I don't run the game, so I suppose we'll have to leave it at that. But we've held our own so far. A couple of chances either way, I'd suggest. That's a good chance. Oh, it's... I mean, when Neymar scored it. Conceded against Neymar in the National League. Who'd have thought that, eh? Neymar Huey. Unfortunate, really. Ball over the top. It was something that we've been susceptible at points. Who's that? Who's missed his man? Is that Littlewood? Oh, it's Bradley Green. Jamie. No, not like this. Oh, it's fine. We're safe anyway. These last few games, in my opinion, are a bit of a dead rubber. Which is exactly why we're getting some other people, excuse me, playing in these games, just to give them a chance to get a bit more game time and try and get them to fulfill some of the potential that we know they offer. Ice thought from the throw then, big throw in. Bradley Green going to get on the end of it. No, he's not. You always know he's going to be near it when his name pops up on the screen, but it doesn't always come off, and it didn't that time. You see him running back. No, it's not. His name hasn't come up because he was near the ball. His name's come up because I've still clicked on him. That's what happened. So sorry, Jamie, you weren't getting anywhere near that. This is a right ramble of an episode. Big ball forwards. Neymar's in again. Jamie Bradley Green's missed it. Oh, Callum Rollins looked to have it covered, to be fair. But that was not good defending from Jamie Bradley Green. Not covering himself in glory despite all of the plaudits I've been giving him up until late. Make a couple of changes in the midfield. I am going to give Savage the whole game, just to see what he can do. We'll bring Conway on there. And we'll switch these two geezers around. We'll play him as the pressing forward. We'll play Tommy as the advance forward. See if we can get a couple more chances in on goal. Because we've not really had much of the ball. We've barely had any of the ball, let's be completely honest. And we've not really created a huge amount of chances with it. We were just holding our own up until recently. And there you go. That's what I wanted Jamie to do. I wanted him to get his big old head on it. Big old mush and get rid of it. And he did that very nicely there. But Aldershot are... they're toying with us a little bit, I've got to be honest. Bradley Green there again with a lovely clearance from the header. From the cross, rather. Oh, that's a cheeky little dink if ever you've seen one. It's not the kind of thing you'd expect to see in non-league. I am going to make the change that it's being suggested in the corner as well. We'll bring off Kyron Wiltshire for Sam Paul again, just to keep legs fresh more than anything. And Tyrese Shade steps out of the shadow and scores a goal. And I'm never going to make that pun again, because that was awful. I think we've actually made all of our subs now. I don't think... Yeah, Davies is... Despite the fact he's had an absolute shocker of a game today, as of a few players. Savage hasn't played very well either. But Davies is definitely the pick of the bunch. It's, yeah, not been the best of games, but you know what? It's fine. These things happen. These things happen. You can't win every game. Good thing is we won enough to keep us safe for another season. Like I say, this year, this summer, we'll be back in the Salisbury Stadium. Of course, names still needed. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, or DM me on Twitter, or email me if you really want. I don't really mind. However you do, I want to have some names. Whether you want it to be named after a former player, whether you want it to be named the Ray McInhill Stadium again. It's completely up to you. We'll leave it as the Salisbury Stadium until we have a name that we're happy with. That's the plan. But yeah, it's not been the best game in the world, has it? To be honest, we've lost it 2-0. But you know what? That's fine. We'll give you another game. We'll do one more. We'll have a bumper episode of 3. And oh my word, I clicked the wrong button there. You can't fault the effort, but apparently that demotivated them. I don't know why I said that one anyway. But anyway, let's move on. Last game of the episode and second to last game of the season. I'll be against Havant and Waterlooville. Okie dokie then, penultimate game of the season and last game of this season on camera. And as you can see, there's a couple of people who are making some long-awaited Vanarama National League debuts today. We're going to have Charlie Ellsworth playing in defence, and this is going to be a mugshot, I'll warn you now. It's a little bit scary, I'm not going to lie to you. Nigerian centre-half, I still don't know why you want it to be Nigerian, but fine. Decent jumping reach on him, to be fair, so he should be decent in the air defensively, which would be quite nice. And yeah, he's going to be in the side. I lost my train of thought there, as you can probably tell. So he's going to be in the side for this one. Also is Matty Nelms. He's going to be playing up top. I don't think he played last season. I think he played the first season, if I remember correctly. Can we check that? Oh no, sorry, it's 2 seasons ago in the Vanarama South, when we'd already secured promotion. Yeah, because I remember now. Because first season went down to the wire, didn't it? Other changes we're going to make. I'm actually making some changes on the fly. Don't do this, kids. You need to be more prepared, because I want to do something a little bit different and give us absolutely no form of loanees in the squad if I possibly can, barring any that I want to try and keep next season. That would be quite nice if we could do that. And I'm just trying to keep some players happy as well. So I'm actually making quite a few changes now. I'm going to keep Sutcliffe in there as well. Don't want Danny Waldron in the squad. He doesn't need to be there. He is going to be leaving us at some point soon. There we go. And I'm going to put Diaz on the left wing as well. So anyway, now I'll talk you through the team. Callum Rollins in goal. Back 4 of Rhys Davies, Andy Genyeva, Charlie Ellsworth and Brooklyn Genesini. Antonio Diaz, Tyrrell Ashcroft, Dom Savage and Kyron Wiltshire in the midfield 4. And then a Warren Bentley and Matty Nelms centre forward pairing. We don't really have much in terms of support on the bench for those front 2. So we're probably going to struggle a little bit, but who cares? It's all part of the fun, isn't it? We're safe. We know we're not going to be able to get. We know we're not getting money for where we finish in this league, because it's like there's no money in the conference really. So don't expect too much. But yeah, might as well give it a run out, might we? Give them a chance and see if we can help out Havant and Waterlooville. Give them a chance of securing safety as well, because I think if they win this game, they will be safe as well. I believe, looking at the table. I'm actually, as cynical as it sounds, I'm actually a little bit disappointed that Eastleigh are staying up as well. I kind of wanted to see us relegate them in their own stadium, which would have been quite fun, but it's not the end of the world. Bentley's gone straight through a player there. I feel like that should have been a foul, but he's only gone and tucked it in the back of the net. I don't think that should have been. I don't think that should have been a goal, really. If we look back at this, Bentley's gone through this player to get the ball off. He's literally just kicked him down. I'm not complaining. It's his 5th goal of the season, and he's the only guy who deserves it. He's now our leading appearance maker, as you will know, and arguably our leading goal scorer as well, I'd imagine, because he scored so many goals for us. He's picked up the ball again, and he's going past players at 34 years old like they're not even there, and he's managed to get a penalty. I want him taking it. I want him taking this. Where is he? There he is, Warren. But in fact, no. Give him wait, hold on. Have I done that properly? No, I want Matty Nelms taking it. Where's he gone? Is that done now? I think that's done. Is Matty Nelms going to take the penalty? It looks ginger, so I'm going to assume no. No, it's not. It's not picked up on it, annoyingly. Oh, and Rhys Davies at the post anyway. Oh, have a word. Jeepers. That's why I wanted Matty Nelms on it. Deary me. Oh, well. Oh, well. It's all part of the fun, isn't it? Change take it. What did I do wrong? I thought I clicked confirm. That's right. I mean, I thought I did this, but I I clearly didn't. Clearly didn't click the wrong button. You'll probably tell me in the comments what I've done wrong, but doesn't matter. Rhys Davies ball in. Wiltshire's there. It's 2-0. Havant and Waterlooville are not going to win in this game, it seems, barring once again a miraculous collapse from the boys in white. It's still talking about taking the penalty. Go away. I'm bored of that now. Lovely ball in. Rhys Davies, first time. Kyron Wiltshire's got so much space. He could have hit that. about 70 million years later, and it probably still would have been in the same amount of space by the looks of it. But we're 2-0 up, and we're looking pretty comfy. I just want to get some of the other players into the game now. I want to get a bit of Dom Savage getting some chances. I want to see Matty Nelms getting on the score sheet. That'd be nice. We'll see. Who knows? Savage on the ball now. Plays Ashcroft. Finds Bentley. Savage. Bentley. Nice bit of play. Unfortunately, just kind of broke down at the end there and gives having them all the chance to break. And oh, what a save, Callum Rollins. I just noticed he's wearing red gloves, which is quite sassy. Ball in from the corner. Big clearance from Wiltshire there. He's had such a good season since he's been coming back into the squad again. I must admit, I didn't think he was going to be cut out, but he has played really, really well for us in the games he has played. So fair play to him. He's earned his chance. Genesini clearing that. Only as far as Bailey, though. But that's good pressure from Matty Nelms, making him force the pass back, which is nice. Although there's a little bit too much space to them here, and having a Waterloo are starting to edge their way back into the game. And if they get a goal here, barring that lovely tackle from Genesini, it could make for things to be a little bit more worrying. But Matty Nelms is on the ball. Can he find Warren Bentley? He's played him through as a lovely pass, and oh, he should have scored that. It should have been 3. I don't know how that's not made its way in. He's just spooned it. A lovely ball through from Nelms as well. Janiev has not picked it up, and Callum Rollins will get a clean sheet in his career in Salisbury. Because I can't count the clean sheets that he kept as Lee Morton, because that wouldn't be right. He will get one. It will happen. Maybe, well, clearly just not in this game. I was going to say maybe not in this game. It's clearly not going to be in this game, David, because you've already conceded. Yeah, we'll just say you're capable of better. We'll encourage them. We'll tell them we've got the faith like we always do, because once you get a couple of months into your club management role, you can do that. And as you saw there, it just motivates everyone. Oh my word, that's at the crossbar. This is getting a little bit more nervy now. I'm not enjoying it as much as I was. Which is a worry. So if this is Wednesday's episode, if my days have gotten right, I'm recording a little bit in advance because I'm getting busier with work. So I'm just trying to get the recordings done and out and scheduled, so I'm not having to rush these at any point. I think that means Friday's episode, again, if I've calculated it. What a finish. Kyron Wiltshire, you stunner. What a beautiful goal this was. I'll come back to what I was saying in a minute. Picks it up in his own half, goes past that lad like he's not even there, done him like a plate of chips. And, oh, that is such a naughty little finish. Anyway, as I was saying, Friday's episode will then be the first 2 games of next year's season. We'll obviously do the standard thing. It'll be season number 5. We'll introduce you to the new stadium. We will do, like I say, first 2 games, and we'll do an update on the squad and everything like that as well. So we'll have all of that to look forward to on Friday's episode. If you want to stick around and have a look at that while we're talking about that sort of thing. If you do like the content that you see in the moment, slap a like on the video. That'd be nice. And subscribe to the channel if you're new as well, because we like it welcoming new people in, and this is a save that welcomes in more people all the time. So we'd love to have you around. Savage has had a brilliant game. Really pleased for him. He's got a 7.0 rating, which you love to see. Matty Nelms has not had his chance. I mean, if he'd have taken that penalty, he might have had a better rating, but that was down to managerial ineptitude, I'm going to call it. And Ellsworth, I mean, he didn't really do much, did he? He got a yellow card and not much else. So yeah, wasn't fantastic, but it's all part of the fun, isn't it? So that's going to be the end of the game and the end of the season for you guys. Not for me. I've got to go travel over to Cheltenham in a month's time and do that for some reason, which is still really strange. But anyway, that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Apologies, it was a bit of a long one. Hopefully you appreciate the fact we've got 3 games in rather than the normal 2. We'll be back, as I mentioned, for, I believe, Friday's episode, which will be the next one, which will be episode 31, which will go through the start of next season. Like I said, we'll introduce you to the squad, the club, infrastructure changes, and so on and so forth as well. But on this one, thank you ever so much for watching, as always. If you do enjoy, like I've mentioned a couple of times, smash the thumbs up button. It really helps get the video out there and exposure for myself and the club as well. Subscribe if you're new to the channel for regular Football Manager videos. And as always, I'd love to hear your thoughts on how you think the series is going in the comments down below. That's going to be it from me today then, guys. My name's been David. Catch you guys again soon. Cheers.